Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here, so obviously I have not had my baby yet. This is my 38-week update. I'm 38 weeks today, on the day that I'm filming this, and I'm also putting it out today. So I'm just going to go ahead and read to you what the Ovia pregnancy app says about 38 weeks pregnant. Okay, it says Winnie's hair and eyes both have color, although they may not be the same color as they will be when she gets older. It says the biggest symptoms to look for at this point aren't pregnancy symptoms, they're signs of labor. And it just talks about signs of labor, including water breaking, regular and painful contractions, or vaginal bleeding. How's Winnie? Although Winnie has an eye color by now, it might not be her final one, as her irises could continue to gain pigment during infancy, causing her eyes to turn a bit darker. I'm pretty sure Winnie's going to have this color eyes, at least I hope so. Ryan has like mid-tone green hazel eyes, but I like my color a little bit better. I think it's a little bit more unique, and I'm all about that uniqueness, so hopefully she has these eyes. Let's see. It says Winnie could also have up to an inch of hair. She doesn't. There's no way that my baby has hair, so we're going to skip that part. Winnie could now be almost 7 pounds, about the size of a spaghetti squash or a Pomeranian dog. And if you've been watching this, you know that my baby's not this big, so this is kind of irrelevant too. She's kind of on the smaller side. Winnie keeps producing more and more surfactant, the substance that causes the air sacs in the lungs to inflate once she is breathing in oxygen. By now, she may even have enough to fully inflate her lungs on her own, even if she was born today. And at this point, all of her organs are functioning on their own, or at least they should be anyways. I'm not 100% positive on that. How's mom? So this is the section about me. It says there's nothing left to do now but wait, which is terrible because I hate waiting. Winnie is almost here. In fact, it could be any day now. If you start experiencing nausea, blurred vision, severe abdominal pain, or persistent headache, let your healthcare provider know you may want to get them checked out immediately because it could be a sign of preeclampsia. I haven't had any of that, so we're good. If you work, you should start thinking about when you're going to return to work and who's going to care for Winnie during the day if you're gone. I have my maternity leave all figured out. I'm taking about 8 weeks off. At least that's what I say for now. My boss is fully prepared for me to change my mind and make it the full 12. 8 weeks is my plan for now, and then to start going back to work like 1 day or 2 days and just kind of ease into it that way. And as far as childcare, my sister Brittany is going to be watching Winnie for the days that I am gone at work, which will only be 3 days a week. So, and then it says you should also start really figuring out your birth plan or make final decisions about anything you haven't been quite sure about. So as far as the birth plan goes, when I went to that maternity class I talked about a couple weeks ago, they gave me a copy of the one that they use at that hospital that I'll be going to, and I filled it out. It's pretty, I mean, I'm not like one of those mothers that's going to be like real, you have to be so careful when you talk about this stuff. Like, I trust modern medicine, I guess is the best way to put it. And obviously I'm going to read, like I want to know what it is they're doing and why they're doing it. But I'm not a doctor. I trust modern medicine. I trust that the Lord gave us modern medicine. And so unless there's a real obvious reason for me specifically because I have a different situation or something, then I'm going to go with what the doctors recommend, like 99% of the time. My filling out my birth plan was pretty easy. I am planning on doing like, I have to have an epidural. Like, if you know me personally, you know that this is true. But like, I am the biggest, I just can't handle pain. I can't handle it. I have a very low tolerance for pain. So it just really stresses me out. I think it's because I come from a family where like, just like anxiety and stress is real high all the time. And so pain just kind of gives me anxiety and stress. And it's not so much the pain that I can't handle, it's everything else that the pain brings, if that makes sense. So an epidural is going to be, I'm going to tell them, you know, you give it to me as soon as you can, because I won't be able to do it. But as far as like other choices, like I'm going to choose for her to get all the vaccines and everything. And we're doing kangaroo care. My hospital's a big believer in that, so that's awesome. I'm going to do that. I'm going to breastfeed, and I know like it seems like a lot of people have a hard time with it these days, but I really, really, really want to breastfeed. So even if it's really hard and it seems like it's not working, I promise you, I'm gonna try so hard to do it. And if the only way that I don't do it is if there's some medical reason why I can't, which I'm sure is very rare. And the one thing I have not filled out on the birth plan is the part where it asks about the father doing the cord cutting, because Ryan says he doesn't want to do it, but I really want him to. Like, that's something that's special, like important to me, but I can't force him to do it if he doesn't want to, you know. So I kind of left it blank to see if I could coerce him, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, unfortunately. So I need to fill that part out. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm supposed to be at now, how I'm feeling now. As to how other things that I'm feeling that wasn't mentioned in the app, I am so ready to have this baby. Like, I have gained so much more weight than I thought I was ever going to gain in a pregnancy. I'm not even going to discuss the numbers, well, because I haven't reached the end, so I don't know like my overall pregnancy weight gain yet. But it's already higher, way higher than I ever expected. My feet have somehow even gotten more swollen, and now walking is a really, really hard thing to do for me right now. Like, if I need to get up and walk somewhere, even if it's just to the kitchen, like, I have to seriously evaluate like how important it is that I go to the kitchen at that time, because it hurts so bad. And it's probably mostly because I have terrible shoes that I'm wearing, but I'm not going to go out and buy shoes for 3 days that I'm, you know, I don't know how long it's going to be until I give birth, but it's only going to, I would only need that pair of shoes for the rest of the time that I'm pregnant. And I just can't justify that. I can't do it. So my feet have been hurting. I've been getting freaking crazy leg cramps in the middle of the night. Like, that is the worst pain I've ever felt. I know I probably said that on here before, but the other night I got a cramp in both of my calf muscles at the same time, if you can believe it. It was the absolute worst thing I've ever felt. It was crazy. It didn't last very long, you know, like about a minute, but oh my gosh, that was crazy. And I know I was reading about it online, and that's like a common thing for pregnant women because they're kind of deficient in some vitamins like magnesium because their baby's taking it, or I don't know, things like that. And then again with I think I mentioned this in my last video, cervix pain, just like because her head is down there, and I get this sharp shooting stab, like a knife pain in my cervix every time I stand up now. Like, before it was almost every time, now it is 100% every time. And sometimes when I'm just sitting there. So I hope this is a sign that she's coming soon. It really hurts though, and it makes it hard to be active in any way whatsoever. Or not only do my feet hurt, my calves are sore, but now, like, because of the pressure of her on my cervix, that's another thing added to making it hard to walk. So it's kind of miserable. So I'm sure people are tired of hearing me complain, but I mean, I don't care, because they've never, or at least my husband has never experienced things like this. So I know he'll never understand, but I'm ready for her to come out. If she wanted to come out last week, that would have been fine too. Here we are at week 38, so I did think a couple of days ago, actually it was about a week ago now, like last Monday or Tuesday, I had thought that my water was leaking. But I never called the doctor or anything, because it kind of, that feeling that I was getting, it stopped and it didn't happen again. And so I had my last appointment on Friday, and I went in and they checked, they did a BPP ultrasound, and then I just had a regular appointment. They checked me for dilation again, and she never said anything, so I guess that means that I haven't really made any progress there. But the BPP revealed that my amniotic fluid had decreased from, it was 8.2 and it decreased to 7.4 since the last week that I was there. And so I don't know if that was, you know, that feeling I felt was actually leaking or what, but the doctor tested, because she could, this might be a little TMI, I'm sorry, but she said that when she was checking me out, she could see a pool of fluid. And so she had this like weirdo tool that she used that, like, I guess checks to see if a certain fluid is amniotic fluid or not. And she used it, and she said it wasn't. I don't know what it was, but whatever. But she was kind of concerned about the decrease. So I have to go back in tomorrow, which is Monday. So that's only 4 days apart, and usually the appointments are supposed to be a week apart. So we're going back in tomorrow for another BPP, and for them to check to see if my amniotic fluid has decreased anymore. And if it has, I'm guessing that means they're probably going, I don't know, because I know that it doesn't get dangerous until it gets below like a 5. But it seems like if it's like gradually decreasing, that they should just go ahead. That's my logic anyways. It might be just because I want the baby out, but so we'll see about that. And if it hasn't decreased, I don't know what they're gonna do. But I'm just ready to have this baby. And this is my last week of work before I start maternity leave. So yeah, I think that's all the updates I have for you. She should be coming here pretty soon, maybe this week. We will see. My next update will be at 40 weeks if I make it that far. So the most exciting thing is that I probably will not be doing another update. Or if I make it to 40 weeks and I'm still pregnant, I will do an update. But let's please pray that does not happen, because I don't think I can handle it. And now I'm going to show you my bump. Okay, so let's move my necklace out the way. So here is the bump. I've worn this dress in a couple other updates. I don't know if she looks any bigger, but she definitely is. So here we are at 38 weeks. The front. So tell her to come out soon, you guys. So the next time you see this little nugget, she should be, you know, I should be able to be holding her. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.